I made a decision to come because this wasn't for me. It wasn't about me. It was about helping other people, and that's what I really want to do.
I've never been on another mission trip before. I think God is calling me to missions. I thought that before I came, which is why I came here, and that has just been further reinforced.
You, yes, I'm talking to you, average American teenager, you've been offered the position. Now it's up to you.
But this is hard soil, and I need to really encourage the men and women who would say, I'm not going to run to another place that would be easier.
One of the things that is overwhelming for anybody who comes to Japan are the numbers. Especially in Tokyo, there's just people everywhere.
You would ask yourself, why would you come to Japan? And my response would be, it's Japan. It's like futuristic and stuff.
The culture is amazing. I feel like I'm in the future. I walked off the airplane into the airport. I felt like I was in Epcot or something at Disney World.
I felt like it wasn't a call I could resist.
Please come. Being out on the field, it's like we don't get to see a lot of fruit.
I'm not alone, not an isolated pastor.
Many of the places in my country, America, there's one church for 500 people. God sent us to a place, 70,000 people in East Tokyo, where there's not one church of any stripe. And in all the history of the world, God had never been worshiped there.
Probably the thing I look forward to most is just having other kids from America come to CPI and just being able to hang out with them.
Jump in now and get involved.
One of the great things about CPI is you do a bunch of work, but it's really rewarding. So at the end of the day, you're exhausted, but it's a good exhaustion. It's the best exhaustion.
There's actually a rule that you can't stab your chopstick straight down into the rice. Something to do with death.
I wanted to see what it was like for myself.
And you're not alone. There are so many out there is thinking and going through the same thing that you are.
My favorite age group, I would say, would be the 2 to 3-year-olds. They're fun and adventurous. I can talk to them and say whatever I want, and it won't compute. You know?
It's different, and at the same time, there's some things that are the same, but there's some things that totally blow my mind.
It's a lot of fun. Again, it's Japan.
You think big city, you think very loud, noisy, like New York City, or these streets I expect to be filled with noise, and it's so quiet, and everything's clean, and everybody's extremely polite.
So many pastors and missionaries, 500 people gathered together and thinking about that church planting.
After this trip, I'll definitely want to come back again.
You really, really have to come to CPI because the kids are really cute and the food is awesome and all the workers here are just spectacular.
It's a country that really needs to hear the gospel.
I think a 5th grade boy, and he committed suicide. And then he left this note to his family. And he said, my family doesn't have a religion, and no one tells me what would happen if I die. And I go and I find out. And he just killed himself. And that's all over Japan, and it's more than over 100 people a day. They commit suicide.
It's long days, but at the end of the day, it's worth it, and you know you're gonna get a good night's sleep.
It's tough, but it's worth it.
My name is Nobuji Horikoshi, Japanese pastor. I was born in Shinto family.
It's a great place. It's a great opportunity to serve the Lord in a different way than a lot of other mission trips.
All I can say is if you're contemplating going on the trip, I think God will provide.
Japanese people are so polite. They're so moral. Why do you need to go there? And the reasons to me are obvious. Japanese are very good at putting up a facade. They're very good at pretending everything is okay when it's not.
I wasn't really sure what to expect since I'd never been to Japan.
You take the population of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, that's the population of our city, Metro Tokyo, 34 million people.
Really, I think I want to be involved in the mission field.
But went to school with 1,500 students, and I'm the only Christian. But when you are one of about 1,500, you do feel like, am I weird? Am I something wrong? I feel very called to serve for Japanese Christian children and equip them to be a light of the world.
It is really important for us that we are not lonesome, lonely soldiers, but we are supported by many brothers in the United States. And
The need to encourage the Japanese Christian, the need to pour in more gospel resources. It's why I'm here, and I believe I'll be back.
I translated one of my team members, her testimony today. So as I was translating her testimony, I was very blessed and I was very being encouraged.
Now that I've been and that I've really gotten to see what it's like, I'll definitely want to do this, like, hopefully for the rest of my life.
Well, I was put in charge of the music for the children, so I've been working on that. We messed up a lot, but you know, kids can't tell. It's music to them, so you know, it's good stuff.
It is so hard to become a Christian in Japan. In Japan, the nail that sticks up gets hammered down. In my country, America, the nail that sticks up gets a medal, you know.
When I first came to Japan, I didn't know anything about Japan. I think that's true for most Americans. Japan is a very mysterious country.
Here are a group of servants that really understand what they're up against. I mean, they're a small percentage of followers of Jesus here.
If you feel that CPI is really something that you're interested in, I would say absolutely send in an application immediately.